Okay, what's going on, boys? Welcome back to another video. Now, this is one formation that I really love playing with. Now, listen, if you're bored of the game and you want to have some fun, try this formation. The movement is insane. In case you're wondering behind the scenes, what I've been doing is, as you probably know, I love the 3-5-2. You can't replicate the 3-5-2. You can in terms of the two strikers and a cam, but you can't play a 3-5-2 because the left back and the right back, unless it's a back five, if they're left mids and right mids, they don't come back to defend. So that is why you're forced to play another formation, make the 3-5-2 attack, but make it defend like a different system. So we have chosen here the 4-3-1-2. Technically, you can do this with a 4-1-2-1-2 second variation, but we'll come on to that another time. Now, the most important players in this team are probably going to be these half wingers here. Now, unfortunately, as you can see, there's only a small finite number of players that can play the center mid, half winger plus and the plus plus. If you can get the plus plus, even better. A perfect player for this role would be someone like Valverde. Valverde will be the perfect player that can do everything. Guerrero will be good. Guerrero will be good. Lavelle is actually very, very good. Anyone that's got pace, done. Anyone that's got pace, because these players are going to be playing like a left mid and right mid. Have a look. I'm going to show you some gameplay examples. Have a look when I have the ball in possession. You can see how these centre mids, they end up going wide. And I like them because they're not too far away like a left back and right back overlapping, but they're not so close as a centre mid. They're kind of like a left mid and a right mid, but they're still integral and still part of the play. Now, that's why I'm saying these players are very, very important, because when you lose the ball, also they're going to have to come back and defend. And that might be the only point that you could stutter with, I would say, is the defensive end, but we'll come back to that in a second. You have the two strikers. Ideally, listen, Son, best striker stadium. Every team under 1 million coins should have Son. There's even under 2 mil. There's no argument why you shouldn't have it, right? Plus plus, advanced forward, and a plus plus poacher works amazing. If you have the ability to get some of these players, I would strongly recommend a poacher plus plus and advanced forward plus plus. I was going to just give you a quick example here. Haaland, although I don't really like scoring headers, he's more of a taller player. But Butragueño is someone that I've used, is a fantastic player as well. But there is only a finite number of players. Solskjaer is another player, and Hernandez is another good cheap options, especially Solskjaer if you're looking for that finesse shot player. The cam is a shadow striker. You kind of want a second strike here, like a Dembele, a Foden, someone that can pass, that can shoot. These are going to be the three players on stay forward, but this player will also be getting in behind the opponent's defense. And you're going to see from some of these examples that cam is going to be positioned in a very forward position. Now, it's very important. That's a good player. Now, going over to the center mid now, technically speaking, this is a very important player as well, because we got Guijarro here. Naturally, when you're defending and you lose the ball, this is going to be the player that's going to be ready to press, leap on your opponent, going to defend your back line, and also is going to be there for the attack. Think of this like almost like a Vieira, going to do a bit of everything, but the ball is also going to go through this player, and this player is going to distribute the ball into different areas as well. So have a good passer, good defensive awareness, and good sprint speed would be important, okay? Now, the left back and the right back, we've put them both on false back. Now, this is what kind of makes a 3-5-2. Is it really a 3-5-2? No, it's more of like a 2-6-2. But just trust me, if you really want to make it more, actually, we'll talk about that in a second. We'll come back to the defensive side in a second. But put them both on false back. If they got a false back plus plus, even better. False back plus is fine. Even just a regular false back, it's not the end of the world. And then you get the two players at center back. Now, how did we have to do this? We had to do this with the 4-3-1-2. Now, technically, you could do this technically with a 4-1-2-1-2. And the reason why is you can use Guerrero as a CDM. But the problem is, the player that sits a bit deeper, when you're, for example, attacking, one thing I don't like is that if this player is too deep, I feel like you lose the midfield presence. That's why I don't like a CDM there, because I feel like to distribute the ball to the wider areas, you find that missing gap in the middle. And that is why I've not gone with a 4-1-2-1-2 second variation, although you can argue maybe from a defensive standpoint, it will be better. Now, you can argue the biggest weakness with this team is the defensive side. Look, build up players to be counter. You can, if you want to, decrease the defensive approach. I would say stay below 50. I would honestly not go below 50. Stay below 50, but anywhere between 31 and 50 where you're unbalanced is fine. But do not go higher. I think this is more a risky formation to play, but it's really fun. Of course, then the most natural weakness we know inherently, of course, would be the two centre backs. Quite obviously, if you lose the ball, you're going to get countered. If you're sitting there saying, you know what, this is too attacking for me, all you got to do is just put one of these four backs like this on defend, and then you have the 3-5-2. Very, very simple. Yes, Guijarro kind of goes here and it's based like that. So it slots into 3-5-2. So the only weakness you're going to have is defensively. Now, to be honest, if you just want to have fun and you want to really enjoy the game and have a lot of attacking presence, just trust me, okay? Put them both on false back balance. Don't play this game in Foot Champions. Don't play this game if you need to get your next win in Rivals. Play this when you've reached your checkpoint. You don't mind if you lose a game or so, and you don't mind if you've already qualified or you reached the rank you want to in Foot Champions. This is a really good, fun formation to play. But this formation will excel the better player you are. That's what's important. So the better player you are, the more this formation will excel. Of course, you need a quick players here at the back is what's very, very important. False backs, look, if they can pass, you're fine. It's not the end of the world. They need to be able to distribute. If you've got pinged pass here, even better, because they can make those passes, and you can see from some of these examples, you know, they're in a position to get the ball and make the pass into midfield. So that would be the tactics. This would be the code. As I said, look, try it my way first. False back, both of them. Yes, is more attack heavy. Yes, you might not be defensively solid and you may lose game, but if you really want to have fun and you really want to do total football, this is a very good formation to use. The only thing I would say is, as I said, just be very, very mindful about these players here. Again, remember I said to you, if you're really struggling, you can put one of these players as literally put them, or you know what you could even do? You could even do something like this. You could put them as false back defend. That way they sit a bit deeper. But I don't like it. You know, you can try to experiment with this as well, but I just feel like you just lose the presence from that perspective. Yeah, it's not a bad option. I mean, maybe theoretically you could even do false back plus balanced and have this, but I don't think it's worth doing that, to be honest. But if you really want to make it defensive, you can do this. Let's say you want to make it defensive, but you also want to make it attacking at the same time. You can put these half wingers on attack. Now, don't get me wrong, they're not going to be coming back to attack as much, but at least this way you got more of an attacking presence with your half wingers, and you have your center mid and your false back coming in, and then at least you got a back three, so at least you're stable. And don't forget, the only other weakness is that unfortunately you have to defend in this narrow system. If there was a way where we could have half wingers as other positions, it would work out. With cams, it's possible, but it's not ideal. So that's probably one of the biggest downsides with this formation. But I'm trying to find solutions, but this is the best one for now. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you like content like this, subscribe for more content like this. And don't forget to see all tactics. Don't forget fcrolls.com to see all tactics codes. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.